AI as your business partner is one of the best decisions you can make. Why? Very simple. No more excuses. I'm going to share with you some examples of just my own personal journey here on YouTube. What a huge advantage and game changer using ChatGPT, using Claude, using Gemini, now recently using vidIQ has been. There's no more excuses. I mean, before looking at creating a YouTube channel, what were some of the things that were a roadblock or that were friction in getting started? One was the audio setup, the editing, creating thumbnails. And if you looked at some of the software, the tools, and there's free tools, right? You could start out with iMovie on Mac. It looks like a space shuttle launching software. It's probably, you're laughing if you do video editing, you have much more experience, but it just looks overwhelming in the beginning. And even just Canva, which it's almost kind of silly to say because I feel very simple to use once you get in it. But there's just so many options you have, which is great, but in the beginning it can be absolutely overwhelming. The other one is solving any issues or roadblocks that you run into. What are the right settings to establish for your video uploads? All of those different things, even questions I wasn't even aware of that would come up, came up. And I'll share in a future video, I'll get more in detail in it, but had multiple issues with the loudness of my YouTube videos. It was at least a week or two of hit or miss, getting things resolved, which I thought they were resolved. Then the issues came back again, and it was nonstop. And I was using ChatGPT and Claude. They were both sending me down the same path to the fix. And then once I summarized all of that and put it into Gemini, had a whole completely different set of solutions and getting the audio loudness consistent and where it needed to be. Boom, it was a game changer. Because I I wasn't getting anywhere. The solutions I had from the ChatGPT and Claude weren't working out. Boom, got them fixed with Gemini. But the reason I share that is I honestly don't even know if I would have ever solved those. And I have no idea how many weeks in the amount of hours of research it would have taken, where even though I had some miscues with the initial findings and getting the loudness where it needed to be, I was implementing, boom, I was taking what I was being told and I was making adjustments. And some of those adjustments were not the right adjustments to make. I looked in my YouTube studio. I think at one point I had at least 20 audio settings and tests that I was testing out that didn't work, but finally got it solved. And I'll share that in another video, but I want to share that whole time commitment of there's such a quicker implementation because all that research time, as you know, using AI can come up with responses really, really quick. We've talked in the past about using judgment on that, but it's going to get you to where you need to be faster. It's going to help you solve problems that you didn't realize you're going to encounter, like my example of all the audio challenges with the loudness, but it's going to take away all those excuses. There's a lot of great video content out there about creating digital products, creating if you've got an ebook and the graphic design to all of that, all those things. And granted, we could have gotten to those before, right? Would have took a lot more searches and a lot more time and effort than we need now. It's amazing today, even with video editing software that uses AI, where you can just edit the text. But it should have taken away all of your excuses. So if you're still in this holding pattern of getting started as to whatever it is you're going to start, I want you to realize, and hopefully you do realize, that there are no excuses left to be made. I think one of the big one too is maybe not being able to afford somebody that's an expertise in creating thumbnails or writing scripts or any of this. You can use AI for now. Maybe in the future, once you scale up and you have the resources, you can do that. But the getting started excuses have flown out the window, completely gone. And I'll share further in that loudness piece. And what's interesting, I do see a lot of amazing channels with great editing, everything, and the loudness seems to still be an issue. So maybe a lot of people struggle with that. I see a lot of YouTube channels though where it's right on point. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent with that one. But just remember, AI is going to be your excuse breaker in getting started. And if you don't know where to start, I would start with ChatGPT. I would start with the mobile app. I would start with just having conversations with it, talking with it back and forth so that it gets to know you, gets to understand your background, your passions, your expertise, what you like, what you don't like, so that it can give you the best feedback and best recommendations on where to start. And just know, whatever it is you're looking to start, if it is YouTube, whatever it is, you're probably unaware. You're unaware of some of those issues you're going to run into, but just know when you do hit them, you have an expert in AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude, that's going to help you overcome those challenges. And the other piece too, I've talked about this before, until you get started on that journey, a lot of these tools are going to be a little bit overwhelming. Or once you start your journey, now you have a focal point of what you're trying to achieve. And when you hit a friction point, you're going to have AI as your business partner to get you through that. So always remember, there's somebody there to help you. And have an amazing day. Thanks again for being here, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.